Good evening, judges, ladies and gentlemen. We are thankful to Microsoft and Education for providing Edudays, a platform every year to all the educators pan-India and making it possible for them to collaborate, brainstorm, and work on the projects to solve real-world education problems. We, the group, is here to present before you Sharpening Socio-Emotional Learning, a presentation that is titled Educating Hearts to Educate Mind, Always Better Together. The academic year 2021, as you know, has been the year of pandemic and remote learning year. Microsoft Teams has worked extraordinarily hard to make this learning possible by providing us the safe and secure platform. This year was majorly focused on socio-emotional well-being of students as warriors, and then we were able to address SEL in these kinds of circumstances. As you all know, SEL doesn't happen overnight. It is a process, not a product. Moving on to introduce ourselves, I would like to let you all know that we are a group of educators. Myself, Aarti Chopra, Principal, Amity International School, Sector 46, Gurugram. Ms. Gunjan Tomar, DPS International School, Gurugram, Haryana. Ms. Rajni Bhatia, SD Public School, Pitampura, New Delhi. Ms. Kavleen Midha, Satpal Mittal School, Ludhiana, Punjab. Mr. Sarvanan, Municipal Middle School, Bethlehem, Ambur, Tamil Nadu. Ms. Soma Singh, Sunbeam School, Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. We all are one team with one goal, and the goal is to reach out to the children in the best possible manner. The pandemic time was also a time, dear listeners, in which the role of the teacher and educator evolved further. From being just a teacher, we moved on to being a facilitator, a language teacher with pandemic needs. This role further evolved to every teacher also being a technology and social emotional learning facilitator. Educators took on this challenge in a positive spirit and worked hard to evolve the paradigm of education by infusing SEL with technology. Design thinking, well, it reminds me all the time why I became an educator. It's all started with empathy. Design thinking in education is a mindset and approach to learning, collaboration, and problem solving. If we analyze this statement and try to establish its connection with self, then mindset can be the self-awareness and self-management domain of self. Collaboration can include social awareness and relationship skills, whereas problem solving refers to responsible decision making. Here is our problem statement. A committee consisted of representatives of all the stakeholders decided the way forward based on the problem statement. The process of ideation, prototyping, and testing began. The team together decided to approach the component of SEL explicitly to empower students to understand and identify SEL competencies as well as implicitly to identify and implement their learning from explicit sessions in various disciplinary areas. To begin the process, and to address the issue of socio-emotional well-being during this academic year of sudden lockdown situation. For a prolonged period of time, we surveyed the parents, the students, the teachers, even the senior management team to identify the needs of SEL to be addressed for each school. The surveys using the MS forms and Excel helped us to identify the SEL needs to be addressed. Well, the journey began with the first step into Maslow's digital learning, which was transition from physical to online learning platform. Due to the sudden transition from physical to online classroom, the need to educate students, teachers, and all stakeholders about safe and secure online learning was a big challenge and was immediately attended to by Microsoft and Education team. The second step was to address the aspect of belonging as per Maslow's digital learning, to develop a sense of belonging to a virtual learning space and to address socio-emotional needs arisen due to the sudden shift from physical to virtual. All these sessions helped in evolving their critical and decision-making skills by adding the component of responsibility to it. Innovative and progressive learning models were adopted to shift the focus of virtual learning from equality to equity. This was made possible by adopting models like UDI, UDL, and learning engagements plan, keeping in mind the multiple intelligences and visual thinking routines integrated with approaches to learning, which are thinking, social communication, self-management, and research skills. Students' voice and choice were heard and addressed using choice boards and collaboration and the instrument for learning. This was their voice and their choice. Breakout rooms worked wonders with students. They not only empowered them to take charge of their learning, but also developed social awareness and relationship skills, multiple means of representations and expressions such as Minecraft, praise, gamifying learning, inclusion of cell component in learning using pear deck were some
Hello
of the
everyone.
highlights of
As music
sharpening
units from
socio-emotional learning in students as well as teachers. Augmented learning, virtual learning, mixed learning experiences, along with field trips, took their learning experiences to a different level. This not only enhanced their understanding of the disciplinary concepts, but also addressed all domains of socio-emotional well-being. Virtual assemblies, celebrations, participations in various events made the impossible as possible. Explicit and implicit learning infused with SEL aided students to apply their learning for a cause. The cultural heritage and skill projects like Dharohar, Yuva Kriti, buddy reading, app making, and Hunar gave opportunities to students to sit with themselves and reflect and showcase their hidden potential. Global projects like climate action projects were made possible because of virtual learning platforms. Educators were also with students when it came to giving back to society we live in and celebrate the joy of giving, and not only during Christmas, but throughout the year. The details you can have a look by clicking on the sway here. Accessibility tools by Microsoft with follow-up activities to understand sales skills better using MS Forms and tools were also made accessible to teachers as free resources. Added to this were the student-led initiatives like Technovity in association with Atal Tinkering Lab Niti Aayog. The effectiveness of the SEL
That is
program
an equivalent
planned
advertisement
and
for snack innovation
implemented
and marketing.
was validated by parents, students, and teachers by sharing their personal experiences of how SEL practice infused in learning reflected through selected responses on Flipgrid. Last but not the least, our team of educating hearts to educate minds has worked tirelessly to make their learning experience a memorable learning experience for all of us. And this has been possible with the inspiration from the Microsoft community. Once again, we are thankful to Edudays for giving us this opportunity. Namaste.